There we go. All right, friends. Welcome back. Welcome. You do a live stream tonight, I thought. Got a little busy. We'll talk about some wins and some losing, some wins and losses, because that's where we're at. Speaking of which, Trump has won, I believe, Florida and Ohio, which I got to tell you, congratulations, a post 2020 win to Joe Biden, who's the first person, I think, ever to lose Florida and Ohio and still win the presidency, which, completely bucks every law in political science, but it's Magic Joe. But yeah, today Trump won the primaries of Ohio and Florida. So, hey, howdy, baby. How are you, buddy? Johnny Finance, good to see you, brother. I will ask a question for John. Actually, I'll wait, Johnny. I know what you emailed me earlier, and now that I've got friends and we're getting friends into the studio, we'll talk about it. About our missing potentials. We're missing someone in the community. We want to find out. Anyway, yeah, we're winning, but losing. Exactly. Just kind of depends on what we're doing, what we're doing. How's everything going with this? This is actually a little bit of a new setup I had to do for the whole thing. The live stream. I've got a little bit of a new process and setup to try to kind of fortify things. So if it's you're doing well, great. Then if you give me a 5x5 or it sounds good, the mic's good, everything's good, that'd be wonderful. So, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about some wins and some losses. Okay. Now, what's a win? A win is what happened in Texas today. What am I talking about? Well, it seems that Texas has been allowed by the SCOTUS Supreme Court to start arresting and getting rid of people that are our new neighbors, as I call them. So there's a lot of people that are really excited about this. This is a win, if you will, for those people that really care about what's going on and think that maybe we're not quite completely gone. So it said Tuesday in a blow to the Joe administration that the new law giving local police the power to arrest new neighbors is legal. They can do it. 3 liberal justices dissenting, conservative majority court rejected the emergency request by Joe's administration, which claimed that states have no authority to legislate on immigration. So Joe's federal, style of government is just basically there's no states. It's all top down. Fish rots from the head, so if you will. So the ruling means that Texas can now go in and start doing what you would think, allow them to do. So you think they'd be allowed to do this, but evidently this is something that goes into the whole federation side of things. I don't know. It's sad, but Attorney General Ken Paxton said Texas has defeated the Biden administration and ACLU's emergency motions at the Supreme Court. Immigration law SB4 is now in effect. As always, it's my honor to defend Texas and its sovereignty and lead us to a victory in court. Man, I'll tell you what, you talk about someone who's been through the ringer. That's Paxton. So Texas is the nation's first line defense against transnational violence, and it's been allowed to, do what they expected to be able to do. So the dispute is the latest clash, of course, between the Joe administration and Americans that think that we should have, some sovereignty and some ability to protect ourselves from within. Federal judge blocked the law after the Joe administration sued, but the New Orleans-based Fifth Circuit said in brief order that it could go into effect March 10th if the Supreme Court declined to intervene. Samuel Alito on March 4th issued a temporary freeze, and then here we are a couple weeks later, and Ken Paxton is really happy. So that's a win. There are a lot of people. I mean, what do you think about that? Central Texas, Big Skirt McGirt. I hope so. I'm glad. You know, I personally think that Texas should have the ability to protect their borders. Same thing with any other state in the union. I think Florida should be able to stop people floating over from Haiti onto their shores, which actually DeSantis came out today and said he would take those people that come and roll up onto the beautiful, pristine beaches of Florida and float them on up to the beautiful, pristine beaches of Martha's Vineyard. So we'll see what happens with all that. Kind of interesting. We'll be covering that, of course, on the crisis report, which will follow this. So, but we've had 10 to 13 new neighbors under Mr. Joe, and all of them, to the point now where even Elon Musk is saying, clearly this is a strategy by the Democrats, because they think that getting these new neighbors in, they're going to be lockstep on the voting base of the Democrat Party. That's what they think. They think that's going to happen. It may be, maybe so, maybe not. I've thought the case. If you really understand the demographics and you understand the family structure of Latin Americans, then you'd know that they're not exactly on board with some more of the liberal leanings of the Democrat Party. They really are not. They're very Catholic. Many are against taking the life of a child, if you know what I mean. And all I can say is, the GOP could actually make a lot of voters out of these people if they just kind of did things the right way. But we'll see. There's new blood, Lara Trump and more in the leadership of the RNC. Ronna McDaniel, niece to, of course, Mr. Romney. They have exited the building, and now the GOP has got new leadership, and they might actually be doing something. So Elon Musk tweeted today, of course, that the plan is basically to entrench the country in one-party rule. I actually have told my students many, many times that we should not have one-party rule. We should have no party rule. There should be no parties. Honestly, I think you should just vote your mind. But that is, my idea. So I don't know. What do you think? Should we have multiple parties, or should the country kind of drop that whole system and just be it based on what you want your platform to be? So I don't know. I don't care what name's next to them. What are you going to do? But the problem is that we've got sports ball style politics now, and the sports ball is definitely, they're lockstep. You can tell. They'll be like, oh, this person voted in line with Nancy Pelosi 93% of the time, yada, yada, yada. In our area, you've got David Trone. He comes out as this farmer, but as my friend said, just because you nailed a pig doesn't make you a farmer. Anyway, he did not do Seamus, my pig. Porker now, as we call him. So that's the win. That's a good win, folks. Are you ready to talk about the loss? I think we should talk about the loss. And it's not good. So the loss is some of the abilities our new neighbors are given from the people in charge. So New York City homeowner was arrested for changing the locks after squatters took over. Now, I don't know if these people are of the illegal kind of, status, but these people were doing things illegal. At least it used to be. And they were squatting in a home, and this person basically said, "I'm going to change the locks," and well, she can't do that. So she inherited a home in New York City. Squatting was going on illegally, and she was arrested and led away in handcuffs after she changed the locks. Her name is Adele Andalaro, 47, placed under arrest at her $1 million home in Flushing, Queens. By the way, if you hear $1 million in Flushing, Queens, that's probably like a 2-bedroom apartment, literally. I know this. I used to live pretty much close to the area, right around what used to be Shea Park, which, the Mets. Of course, we called it Flushing because the area, if you know the area, it's got some of the best Asian food on the planet. But anyway, I digress. She said it's enraging. It's not fair that as a homeowner, I have to be going through this. She claims that the ordeal erupted when she started the process of trying to sell the home last month, but realized squatters had moved in and replaced the entire front door and locks. So she got mad, went up to her family's home on 160th Street, and local TV outlet in tow, and called a locksmith to change the locks. Good for her. Well, the spat with the squatters turned out got caught on camera, and the police showed up, verbal altercation, and they charged her with unlawful eviction. Pretty awesome. Yeah. So that's good. Now that we're in this new America with the illegals being able to do whatever they want to do. Another really awesome thing that came out today is the fact that now it's been ruled that illegal immigrants have a Second Amendment right. I'm gonna try and find that one, but yeah, what do you guys think about that? Second Amendment rights for undocumented friends, new neighbors. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Rights. Type for undocumented. You can't call them the other word. Can't call them the other word. They're undocumented. Okay. Remember Lake and Riley. All right. Okay. Here we go. Illegal immigrants can possess. No, wait. Whoa, Chicago. Undocumented new neighbors can possess guns under the Second Amendment, a federal judge has ruled. United States District Court judge ruled earlier this month that completely prohibiting illegal immigrants from possessing firearms is a violation of the Second Amendment. So, I mean, I think that's great. This came out a little while ago. A ruling was issued March 8th by an Obama-appointed district judge, Sharon Johnson Coleman. No hyphen. Pertains the case of illegal migrant Alberto Carvajal Flores. And I guess Carvajal Flores was charged with Title 18 of U.S. Criminal Code measure preventing illegal migrants from possessing firearms. So, let's say that a group of, I don't know, we'll say Chinese nationals come over and they decided to start doing some chicanery, They go in and they're like, hey, we're trying to form an army here. We need to go to the gun stove and we need to get, armed up, go get some Uzi 9mm. And they go in and they get, outfitted because, Chinese government is giving them all they need financially. They got the credit cards and everything, they got driver's license because, again, undocumented friends. And they're able to go in and just purchase the heck out of some nice weaponry. What do you think about that? Yeah. Uzi 9mm. I saw that, Mamacita. Terminator. Yeah, but I mean, think about that. Oh, but it also, another thing that's coming, I'll be doing on the crisis report. Um, there was a guy that got over that came a new neighbor that came over through the South, didn't fly here, walked evidently, and is like on Interpol's #1 wanted list. This Venezuelan guy, and evidently he got through. He's here. I don't know. I mean, that's awesome. I say we take him down. We give him some money, give him a Visa card, whatever he needs, and we take him right over to the gun stove, and we get him what he wants. Get him some nice weapons and whatever he needs, so he can just be an American now. I mean, is it just me, or does it really? And this is, I know I'm being sarcastic here. Okay, I know I'm being sarcastic here, but I mean, is it just me, or does it seem like at this point, uh, everything that is going on is completely tailored to be in the favor of people just arriving, new neighbors, and not in for people that are like productive human beings. Okay, my wife and I, we do everything we're supposed to do. We pay our taxes, yada yada yada. I know someone will probably make fun of us for doing that, and we probably deserve it. But like, state of Maryland is just going, hey, we're going to take this from you. There's no notice. I mean, literally, it's akin to theft if you think about it. No notice, just like, hey, you got a tax return coming. By the way, we've decided to take this from you, and there's no explanation given whatsoever. Last time I checked, if someone takes something from you and there's no explanation given and there's no reasoning, that's online with theft, if I remember correctly. I mean, is that theft, or maybe I don't know, maybe I'm being crazy. But who else? I mean, I bet if you go down to Baltimore or one of the other absolutely gorgeous cities of America, and I bet if you were to be a new neighbor, and you're like, hey, I need a phone, I need a Visa card, just arrived here from Venezuela. Never mind the teardrop tattoo on the left eye. But yeah, I need the whole package. I need the whole shebang. And I'm ready to party. I'm ready to be an American, express my Second Amendment rights, get my gun on, and yeah. What do you think? And then from there, you find some person with a house that they're not using currently, and you just kind of do an Airbnb thing on your own without paying, of course. And just the mindhomie.com. You'll go in, take the house over, and as long as you're not in Texas, where the Supreme Court said they can boot you out, you'd probably be all right. Think about it. I mean, they can take our money from the comptroller, which gave us no reason whatsoever. Take that money, give it to a new neighbor, and the new neighbor can just do whatever they want. Come on over. Yeah, I think that's great. What's up? Oh no, it should be out there. Mrs. Prepper now, everyone. She's looking for her phone. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I think is awesome. Yeah, best place to get bear spray. I'm gonna go with probably online. Really, have it delivered. Put Amazon to work. Yeah, that's awesome. So I don't know about you, but I'm super excited for this new America. I'm super excited for our new neighbors. I'm glad that they're coming on over in droves. I'm glad that we're setting them up. They can have every right as an American, no taxes needed, and I think they should vote. Sarcasm, and just get all the full rights that we get. I do. New neighbors. What do you think, folks? Anyway, um, Big Skirt McGirt says, I'm in Texas and I won't take my children shopping with me anymore. Many young age new male friends are wandering the aisles. Yeah. I think we've all noticed there's a real spat of people with new tattoos. I don't get the whole neck tattoo thing. I don't know about you. I've never understood that. Yeah, I want a scorpion on my neck. Like that just doesn't do it for me. Maybe it does it for you. I can't wait for my daughter to bring home her first neck tattooed boyfriend. We'll have a good conversation as we clean the Winchester. So, Change has a good question. Let's see who we got there. How long do we continue to take it up the arse and pay taxes into a government that hates us? That's a valid question. That's a valid question. I guess what's cool now, folks, if you think about it, the veil has been lifted. Now there's like it's not even a like, hey, let's try to pretend or feign you know, we care about you. It's just straight up, you know, we need to be at war in Europe, and if you're not an American, come on from the South, and we we'd love to have you. Here's money here, and the donkeys here already existing in the land of the quote unquote free are working their tails off for you, so you can come on over here, and we can go, get lit up in Eastern Europe. I mean, it's almost as if like the whole thing is on purpose because they want to destroy the country. Am I right? You know, seriously, seriously. So I don't know. It's frustrating, folks. It really is. It's frustrating to hear all this. It's frustrating to watch it in real action. It's frustrating to have children and to say, you're gonna have to go with less than what we did. Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha is the one that's coming after Gen Z. They're like 2010 and up. Okay, your middle schoolers, if you will. My daughter, she is a Gen Alpha. Um, they're really jaded, if I may. Gen Z is really jaded because they see the writing on the wall. They're old enough to understand where things are and where they're going, and they're also old enough to understand that they're going to have nothing like their parents, their grandparents, their great grandparents, whoever had. It's not going to happen for them. They're not going to have homes. They're not going to have the ability for cheap, percentage rates and all that. None of that. That's all gone, and they're going to be incredibly unhappy about it. They say they're the most pessimistic generation ever to come out, and one would wonder why. You know, when you've got the millennials, probably the most loathed generation because they're the trophy generation. I'm married to one, love her, but she's kind of a different millennial. She's more of a Gen X millennial. But I mean, the whole thing is just it's crazy to see it in action because we all know what's going on. Everybody knows it. We all see it. We see the decline. We see the dismantling, as I like to call it, all coming. And there's people that are totally cool with this. You know, I've had a lot of the share blue trolls coming out lately, which it's election season, so one would expect it. I love when they assume I'm going to be voting for someone. Where I tell them, I'm like, you obviously haven't been around. I really don't think there's a political path from here, brother. I know you assume just because I'm not sitting there sucking off Joe that I'm Mr. Trump or something, but I got some bad news for everybody. It's not. I don't really think anybody's gonna quote unquote save us. So at this point, it's just like tie me to the masthead and hope to God the rocks don't rip us in half. I mean it. So all this is it's coming. Gen Z feels it. Millennials, I don't know if they feel it or not. I don't know what millennials think. Sorry, I know there's millennials here probably, the good ones. Um, I'm sure they'll get the okay boomer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Your generation doesn't matter. I know I'm playing into that whole crap. It really doesn't matter. Stupid is stupid. Dumb is dumb. It is what it is. So, Gen Z, yeah, I think it's like 2000, yeah, like 1992, 6, whatever. But yeah, Steve Poplar is going on a trip to India, maybe get away for the election. I'm sure the lovely city of Pittsburgh will be making. I like Steve Poplar. He actually contacted me once a couple years ago before he ever actually had a big channel and got some advice. At that point, I told him, just don't do what I'm doing and you'll grow. And look, there he is. He's doing well. You know, it is what it is. You know, I guess the secret, I guess, to YouTube success is to be even keeled. Don't be politically one way or the other, like I was when I started. By the way, tomorrow is PrepperNow's 4-year anniversary. It's the birthday, March 20th. That's right, 2020 is when we started. A little video on a bed talking about prepping, thinking I was going to help people get into prepping, and here we are, 4 years later, working my tail off to make much less than I did back when the tube actually made it possible. It's actually it is what it is. I still do all right, but yeah, tube's here. Tube's not too bad right now. Actually, okay. They jacked with the live streams. You remember 2 weeks ago when I was doing the jank streams because I broke through. I'd figured out a formula by doing mobile and not using the stream stuff. It actually put me in. What it did was I figured this out. I can talk about it now because now they've fixed it. Because heaven forbid, they took the stream and they basically would put me into the shorts. So when you did a mobile, it would put you into the shorts. So you'd be going by and people be like, whoa, what's this Prepper Now guy talking? And they could click onto it. And then, so I got all this, there was one had like almost 6,000, 7,000 views. But don't worry, old Simple Jack, he fixed that for us. So Simple Jack's over on Rumble now too. Didn't do a video for Rumble today. I'll try to do another one. Super secret channel I'm going to start to do again here. As you can see, we're just getting a mojo here. But yeah, 4-year anniversary, 4-year birthday, whatever you want to call it tomorrow. Happy birthday. Thanks to all the loyal people. By the way, if you come in like, yeah, I used to listen to you, but, nobody says that. If people don't want to listen to you, they just leave. So to the Share Blue folks that are coming, and for those that don't know who Share Blue is, it's David Brock, and I used to do a lot of like trying to out them back in 2020. It's David Brock, who's a big political POS. He gets like fleets of troll, keeps changing the names because everybody knows Share Blue now. And they basically are an online troll army on X and Tube and everywhere else, right? And they'll come in, you'll watch. There'll be some nasty, freaking comment tomorrow. And Share Blue will go out and they basically are the douchebags that can't get a normal job. And so they go and become internet trolls for pay. And so it's proven too. It's American Independent is what they were Share Blue and they're American Independent, and then from there they go. So that's what you're seeing. You'll see much more activity from them. So, but don't worry, Share Blue. I don't even know if I'm going to vote. So you guys vote. You all vote, but not me. I don't know. We'll see. I might not. Actually, voting in my new area is much easier than it was in my old area. Old area, I had to stand out in the cold, and there was a long line, and it was totally populated, and it was awful. This place, I just kind of roll in, and it's because I'm out in the country, so it's like a church. So you go rolling in, and just get it done real quick. It's real simple, real easy. Get it done before work, and move on. So I don't know. I'll probably vote. I jest, folks. I do. So, yeah, a lot has happened in 4 years. Correct, John Livingston. Thank you. We are change. So, yeah, they are the Dem version of the 50 Cent Army. Absolutely. So, I'm too small for Amir Erikel. You know that. But think about it, bro. You're not on the one channel, but you're allowed here. Okay. And we love you here. So why? Because you're good. You're normal. You're a good dude. Here. Trolls. Yeah, they're all over. Open invitation, Fight Club. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So, all right, friends, I'm going to go do the crisis report. I look forward to the badgering comments by the indebted slave share blue folks in the commentary, and everything else. All right, friends. We thank you for being here. Hit that like button, do the subscribe thing, and all that yada yada yada. And I look forward to battle commenting with the David Broccolis tomorrow. Good night. See you on the crisis report, which should be up here in about 2 minutes. Okay, already posted, and I'm going to start post haste. God bless. PrepperNow.